So, hi everybody and welcome back. This is Unreal Engine 5 tutorial series for absolute beginners. This is video 112, and in this video I want to talk about the foliage mode. Where we find it, we go here on top, and here we can select different modes, and one of them is this foliage, and we have not talked about this. And this mode is actually very powerful because we can combine static meshes or add static meshes or add other things here, and we can place them here in our scene very easy. Most time it is used placing, for example, grass or trees or something like that. And normally I wanted to go over with this step by step, but I found in the documentation actually a quick start. And if you read in the documentation anywhere a quick start, for example here, I'm here on the Unreal Engine 5 documentation. Here is the section open world, and we have here foliage mode, and here in foliage mode they explain what this mode got and settings. Read this through to understand it very well. I will go through this one a little bit, but not in detail. That's why you should read this through. But more important is not this one here, it's this second section here which says a grass quick start. Quick start is something for it's very useful for beginners, because in quick start they explain step by step what you can do and what this is. For example, in this case, how to make a grass in Unreal Engine 5, and they use there this foliage mode and explain it step by step, and that's very nice. And normally I wanted to go through this one, not in detail, just show the main points. But the problem here is, for me, not for you, the problem is they say you have to use this open world demo collection. Let me show you what this is. This is a very old file, so I thought, yeah, that I can load. But the problem is for me, because I have a very bad PC, they use 8K textures, and if you read 8K textures, that means all time a very big file, because 8K needs time for shader compiling, and with my old PC that would take too long. I mean, I rendered this one time, was cool, it looks really nice, and I will skip this step, which means I will use low level textures, not 8K textures, more like 2K or even lower, because that's just faster, lower space, and for demonstration purpose perfect. But there is one more thing. Instead of using this open world demo collection, this is the thing they recommend. So if you want to follow this quick start, you just download it. If your PC is good, make it, then wait a little bit to compile all the shaders, and then go in and follow this quick start. And step by step they explain everything, how to create, how to use, and that's very nice about this quick starts. They are really nice for beginners, because every step is really explained here, how to create, and you get the first idea instantly what it's producing and how to use. And you can see it, you can create here something like that later, and here they are encouraging you to use a little bit more things, use the other one. And here one more. If after you finish this one, perhaps you can go here. Let's see. Let's click this one. This one not. I think this one not. This is just, again, infos. You can read this one. Here are some tips. You can read this one if you want at start. But this one here, Procedural Foliage Tool, is again a tool. After you finish this first quick start, you can go to this one. And this one is sorry for that. This one is an additional it's an addition to the same. You can see it starts again. They use the open world demo for that, but this time they are creating a procedural foliage tool, so which means you can place now procedural foliage, whatever. And this one is actually can be more powerful because generating this foliage time also very nice. It's again this quick start system. You read this through, use the finished one, then you read the next section through, and then finish this one, and step by step explaining. If you find in documentation old-timer quick start, this is really nice for starters, beginners, to get the food in, and explains very fast. And yes, I want to do this. Perhaps I make it, but I don't think that I mean, I will make it. I will go through this one also with perhaps through fast, but not with this project, and that's why you should use this project, what they recommend here. What I'm going to do is probably what I already have here. Let me show you. I will use low level grass. You see, they are not really looking like nice grass, but for low level poly games, they are perfect. And I can show you what happens here. If you are placing this static, oops, it's not static mesh here, you can place here one by one, and that makes no sense, right? You can do this and then you can click on it anyhow when I click it, but I am on foliage mode, that's why I can't click it. But normally you can do this, but instead of doing them one by one, we will use this foliage mode, which means we can add here this foliage, what we want add here in our scene. For example, in my case, I add them, and them. And then after I added them, these are static meshes here in this case, but we have options for actors too. And then I can select, for example, them, and then you need to read a little bit some, let's see, in the documentation, this foliage mode, some settings. You can see in paint, when we select paint, we can set the brush size, the density, and so on, and many things which is important to know, which I skipped now because you should go for this quick start first, and before the quick start, you should perhaps read this foliage mode, so you get an overview about the tools perhaps a little bit, but then go directly to the quick start. And now, after you have set, for example, this foliage grass, these are grass types, right? This is just the color here, has another color here. Then I select some of them, and then I go to this paint, and you see this paint has a circle. When I click on it, it will populate between the circle all things what you set up before, density, here painted density, and something like that. For example, I make this very low, there is almost no density, and I can make this a little bit more, there's really much density. And with that, you can then, for example, create very fast grass things. You can see, then you can make something like that, and then use some tools to make it better. Shift to right click to add, shift thing, and you see it's a designer tool. It's definitely very important for designers and very powerful. Of course, this grass looks low poly, and what they are showing is in the documentation here 8K. You see the difference, that looks really good. Okay, this one not so I mean, later when you see the in-game, it looks really good. This screenshot looks not so sharp, I think, because I watched this already, was nice. 8K textures, looks all time nice. And here one more thing what we should consider. We will talk more about foliage when I go with you through some settings and to make this more in detail, how to call this, how to set up, and all this kind of stuff. But very important, instead of using this, so let's see, oops, this not, it is this, let's say, instead of using this open world demo collection, now in Unreal Engine 5, of course, you can go here on top and go to mega scans, right? So Quixel mega scans, where is it? Here it says you can activate your Quixel bridge, it's free. And mega scan assets has also a section for foliage, which means you get photogrammetry foliage from there in different kind of resolutions, and you can use them here. and I will show you how to add them, and probably I go for this Quixel bridge solution, because then I can add only one instead of this one here. This project is adding instantly. You can see it here. They are adding here 42 photorealistic meshes with LODs, and I won't skip this. And there are textures here with from 2000 to 8K. That this file here is around 6 gigabyte for download, I think. And yeah, you should make it. This level looks real nice. I already downloaded it one time, and it was really fun, really nice, astonishing. And think about it, this was very late, 2050, and this level looked really nice. Yeah, with that said, I think you should start diving into this quick start here. And like I said, if you finish the first one, perhaps look this one here too. This procedural foliage is also really powerful to make it automation in a little bit. And this is also step by step, really powerful. These quick starts are really powerful in this documentation, I think. And then after you did this one, of course, read here some settings. These are the settings, how to use them, where to use them, and then these tips and what they give later. And I will show you this one again, and we will talk about some problems there, because we have now nanite and how they work together, and we have here static meshes here. Think about this one. Let me show you this one last. Let's say I make here this one, and when I place this with one click, I have here, when we count this high numbers, and first of all we think, oh my god, these are static meshes, and 52 static meshes. Don't worry, they are combined behind the scene, so that they are not really started. 57, there are 57 static meshes, but they are combined behind the scene. I skipped this one talk for when we start really talking about foliage step by step. And yeah, with that said, I think I stop this video, go through this quick starts. And this one is a really powerful tool for designers. Designers have to learn this. I'm not so the big designer. I'm happy when I can create a level. Yeah, but we are starters. I learn designing too. Even though I'm not a designer, I will learn design too. So I will learn this tool as well. And with that said, I stop it here. If you have any questions and any complaints, like all time, write it in the comments. And see you in the next video. Bye and good luck.